Welcome to Shattered Ships, brought to you by Fandom Encounters. This is your DM Matt, guiding you on your pirate adventure through the seas of Corsair. Join our party, the Human Fey Wanderer Ranger Tesha Gwyn, played by Bobby, the Sea Elf Pirate Kensei Monk Trigger, played by Seth, and the Owlin Swords Bard, played by Alan, as they do their best to navigate this new world and find their place in it. In Corsair, where piracy is freedom, and freedom is dangerous. But now we're back with Shattered Ships. I'll probably edit this into one episode, so I don't have to worry about a recap. But at the end of the battle, the party now stands. Not only were there no commoner casualties in this fight, all of the Cerulean blasters survived as well, with Kettle and Knife Thorn on the roof having survived. Zeklin gone down a few times, but managed to fight through it, and the party has these three metallic canisters in hand, having eviscerated these three monsters here. Now, as this fight comes to a close, the area fairly secure as it is, as like basically all of the commoners have been scared off. These now feel inert, but with the limited amount that you've seen, the stability was in question. Potentially they went off, recharged, went off again, and that's when the second wave of the fight began as you guys arrived. Now, they are very much dead.
I have a feeling we're probably going to get lots of other people coming here soon to see what's the matter, so if we want to prove, Veritas innocent, we probably have to work quick or hide these things.
Kettle, Knife,
I want to get...
are now freer to move around. Kettle kind of comes over, like, okay, yeah, I didn't mean to, like, lead you guys into, like, a trap, or into, like, danger or anything, but I'm glad you guys were here. I didn't know this was going to happen.
No, it's okay. We know you. We know. You guys don't have any idea what you're doing. It's okay. We understand at this point.
Yeah, but if, like, what we thought was, like, a lightning strike kind of caused this. Obviously not, because lightning doesn't strike again out of the ground.
Wait, Kettle, you guys know what's under the city here and stuff, right? Like, is there anything directly under here?
In the tunnels underneath, there was an entrance into the tunnels in this building, but it's collapsed. It was over on, like, it was on the western side, kind of over on this, like, collapsed. She kind of points to the collapsed building. That was the one that Bambug Barra used to, like, get messages out.
That's interesting. Kachi.
Yo.
I couldn't make sense of this, but maybe if all three are together, you might be able to read it better. And then can I go over and try to help Kachi understand these?
Absolutely. With the three of them together, no longer in combat, it is much clearer to read. They all appear to be like three of the same version of something, and even like without even trying to decipher what like spells were inscribed on this, you get the sense that they're like three of the same thing. They also appear to be kind of old. As you're kind of looking at them, there's like some dirt in the etchings here. They don't appear to have... They have been fabricated, but they don't appear to have been like recently made. The etchings themselves like aren't super like fresh. The metal itself, especially Kachi, you're aware of this, has been kind of like oxidized back over. But if you'd like more information, give me an Arcana check. And I'd say you can do it with help actions, as you're like one of you is helping the other.
Yeah.
You are magic.
Yeah, that's it. My.
Oh, and add a D4. Kettle is here helping, so she can throw guidance your way.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Cool.
What's that?
Nice.
Can I keep a lookout for if any curse breakers or any guards are coming?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. As you're kind of
Yeah.
searching around. I'll say.
I can climb up
Zachlin
if I
and-
want to climb up to the roof, maybe.
Nice. Go ahead and give me with advantage. Knifethorn and Zachlin are kind of doing something similar.
That's a 28 Arcana.
Oh, hell yeah. As you're looking at this Kachi, it is very clearly like it is a constructed spell device, almost like an enchanted object beyond probably similar to what kind of your grandmother is able to do, or your parents have learned enchanting spells into weapons, that kind of thing. It seems like it's like a higher level than a spell scroll. It has like a number of spells kind of concentrated into this, but it would take someone who knows in the school of magic, like enchantment. It would take someone who knows that very well. And with an Arcana check higher than a 20, some of the symbols you see on this device you recognize from the spell book that Lester has been doing his best to study.
Shit. Yo, I think these are from Lester's. Like, these are some of the same spells. Like, this is like someone enchanted this, but like these are like older devices.
Well, wait a minute. But why were they attacking this group? Because it wasn't that Veritas that had.
Yeah, but Kettle helped. I'll say that like low tone. Like Kettle helped, like with going into his keep.
Right. So Kettle has the knowledge of who that was for.
Okay, Zachlin, like, who was here first? Who was in the area first?
Kettle kind of like nearby, kind of like she was reconvening with she's like, okay, you guys are gonna investigate that. Guidance, I'm gonna check in with my party. As you guys kind of look around, she kind of comes back over. Zachlin and Knifethorn keeping a lookout alongside Trigger. Trigger, what you get for a perception check?
Dirty 20?
Dirty 20. You notice that the crowds are kind of keeping back now, a little more wary. Like a handful of town guards kind of arrive on the scene. And Kettle kind of makes eye contact with you, Trigger, do you want me to handle this, or do you got this?
Yeah, you can distract. Maybe tell them to stand back a little bit. I want to make sure that those canisters aren't found.
Okay, yeah. Kettle kind of has Zachlin kind of do a fairly intimidating stay back. It's an investigation by the Curse Breakers. Throws out that kind of term, knowing that it's kind of what Kettle has been masquerading as.
And then I'm gonna scurry on down. Hey, what's the deal? Should we hide these things?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I agree.
My
We
poncho.
gotta come back in.
But then Kettle comes
Yeah.
over
Animal
to you
to
to kind of give her report, essentially. Seeing you kind of assessing the situation. Oh yeah, I met up with Knifethorn. We met Zachlin here. And we were kind of investigating the rubble because we knew that sometimes BAM uses this entrance. But when we were kind of investigating, that's when things went off. Knifethorn flew me up to the building, and Zachlin kind of jumped into action.
Kettle, do you know if these were stolen from Lester's?
She kind of takes a look. No, the stuff that Strut and Strut's new crew stole from Lester was all magical objects, like weapons and armor and that kind of stuff.
Is this a Lester thing? Oh, okay.
The sorcerer,
but
the wizard stuff is the same.
yeah,
It's
and Lester's
type of magic.
Well, maybe Lester did it. Not like this, but I mean, this thing looks like it's probably been storing magic for like a long time. Lester's been friends with Gilda for hundreds of years. What if this is just something that he did at one point and she just, I don't know, used it now?
Don't get me wrong. This is too coincidental to be you guys. You said it was here. It was at the same tunnel entrance as Bambug Vera, and it's too coincidental to be in a V. I feel like it's really ostentatious. Like, why the fuck do that?
It just wasn't us. Like,
Yeah.
But I bet it is somebody who knows at least where one of your entrances is.
It could be.
You know, coincidentally
keep us from sending messages out.
You have a snitch?
Do you see? I see like you see like Keto kind of looking around. Like I'm gonna roll an insight check on her part, kind of suss out. Seems hesitant to say anything.
Yeah, Kettle, I need to know. It's not who knows about this? Because and who knows what you know?
Can I message her and be like, could you give me a name?
Like, kind of in her head, I'm gonna say even like almost reflexively, like with this kind of like bouncing under her head, like under the interrogation of Gwyn, like the thought pops into your head, Kachi. I told Onyx he never showed up.
Messaging again. Where does he stay, or like where does he live?
And like she kind of like looks around and sees like, okay, Zeklin's busy with the guards, Knifethorn is kind of investigating, and she kind of like steps in close to like the three of you. Like, you guys, like as far as like allyship goes, you have helped her a lot. Yeah, you kind of get like this almost like a dropping of kind of like, I have to be in charge. Okay, I don't know what's going on. He stays in the north side of town. I know he was close with Strut, and I think he was sad when Strut left this team. I wouldn't be surprised if he would do something dangerous in order to impress them. But I told him to meet us here, and he never showed up. I don't know where he is, but that's all that I really know.
Sorry, was that out loud or?
Oh yeah, Kettle like checked on her people, and now she's saying it out loud to like the three of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to have a cover story because they're gonna ask questions soon, and if we're the ones who are conducting the investigation we need to tell them something.
Can you tell Zeklin and Knifethorn that we had to go do Cursebreaker business and to get back to your people? Like, cover your side, we'll cover our side.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
We're gonna go look for Onyx.
Okay. Yeah. Go.
Well, this isn't the first time we've heard about Onyx. When we first were talking, we heard someone say, "Tell Onyx we won't be needing him anymore."
What? When do we see that?
Session 8.
From what?
Buster
from the
confusion on someone.
I believe it was in the tunnels underneath your house.
Yeah, when I wrote, Veritas is digging in the ground.
Oh, Onyx feeling.
And it's the drow. This is their drow. But
Kettle kind of like,
close.
yeah, like we'll tell the guards it's Cursebreaker stuff. They can investigate and kind of take stock of everything. Once you guys kind of clear out, we'll keep an eye out for Bam. Make sure he wasn't caught up in the blast, and he can get a message to whoever he gets messages to.
I think
we should lay low until you guys figure out the Onyx thing.
It was during the Dryad construct fight.
Yeah.
Where we learned that the Violette experiment on Europa, it was that whole time period.
Mm-hmm.
And when we saw things, but in that we heard someone say, "Tell Onyx we won't be needing him." So, I mean, Onyx is what I'm just saying. Onyx is a character with information about Kettle and her entire crew and motives.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You three get out of here.
Yeah, Kettle, get out, run away right now. Don't be seen with this.
Okay. Sure.
Tesha, Triggs will handle curse breakers, and then
We'll report this to Gilda and everything. Classic curse breakers. We found machines. Oh no, we saw lightning monsters.
Mm-hmm.
What do we say? Lightning monsters?
Lightning monsters.
And things exploded but left no trace.
No trace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Is there like metal junk around? Do you know what I mean? Like other than these interesting.
There's like rubble, like from like the buildings and things, but it seems like the metallic, constructs that are left behind are all contained within those canisters. Like maybe like the odd or end like piece of shrapnel that was left behind, but like it kind of crumpled it on itself in your hands.
She's gonna know what it is. We can't tell her that.
What do you mean we can't tell her?
I think she's gonna know when she sees a little bit of metal shrapnel and we're like, there were lightning monsters. She's gonna know what it is.
Well, I think she probably will know what it is because I think she did it.
Right, but then we're gonna be like, we don't know where the canisters went.
Well, yeah, but what if she doesn't actually know where the canisters? I mean, maybe they've never done this before. I feel like we would know if this had been done before somewhere.
I feel
in the
like
town.
you have to cast magic on the canisters to make these into machines. So it's basically like we have 3 of these machines in our pockets right now. And so she's going to be like, where's my machines?
Well, but maybe that's a good test, right? We don't need these back necessarily. Maybe how she responds is how we figure out how involved she is.
Okay, that's fair.
We might not need these back, but if we get Lester's circlet, he might be able to tell us what he built these for.
Oh my gosh, we need to get Lester's circlet.
That's still the thing.
I know, but it's just more,
Yeah.
What happens if we find out that Lester did do this, but he did it
evil? He's bad?
Yeah. Like, I hate to think that old people are evil, even though most of the time all old people suck, but like...
Old people
I don't
and
know.
orphans.
Old people, gosh, they're the worst.
Two extremes. I don't think this has to be with... I think we can, like, turn this off of Veritas and turn this off of these monsters, you know? Because, like, we could say that we found a tunnel and be like, do you know about this tunnel? And they...
Why is there a giant thing on the ground? There's going to be... The general public saw this.
Yeah.
Do you want me to see if I can dig into the tunnel? Do you want me to see if it's accessible at all?
Honestly, yes. Before anyone else gets there, you're so fast you can get in though.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can squirm.
Nice. Yeah. You try and squeeze your way through this. Give me an acrobatics or athletics check.
You know which one I'm gonna do there, Matthew.
Caught you. I have a thought.
That is a 26.
Very nice. Trigger, you make headway on squeezing kind of through some of this rubble. You manage to kind of like push your way through. As you kind of like are navigating this like leftmost crater, Kettle, Knifethorn, and Zeklin. I'm gonna move them to the side of the map, but they took your advice and they kind of collected. Kettle, you see them like Kettle kind of saying something in a hushed tone, and they all kind of like look your way to kind of give you like a nod of like, thanks, see you later, before kind of heading off under Kettle's guise. Like you almost like see her like pass without trace on everyone as they go to walk away. Trigger, you kind of go over to this area here. You see like a number of kind of like rudimentary boards and things that presumably Bam has put together. It seemed like he was squatting here. With the acrobatics check that you did do, you don't see like the remains of Bam or anything. It seems like perhaps he wasn't home when all of this went down. And as you move rocks and things off to the side, you kind of like are fairly certain that potentially this was placed in a way that damaged this tunnel.
Yeah.
Like in a way that like prevents you from progressing further. Like it is fairly succinctly buried.
Okay. All right, I'm back. Definitely wasn't an accident, but yeah.
I thought of the lie that we could tell. We could say that post-battle, we saw a drow scoop around. And I could even say I'm the only one who saw it because you were all so involved in the battle. And we can kind of say that Onyx scooped up these metal things.
But, what if that gets Onyx in trouble?
I mean, it might.
I mean, that's the thing. I think Onyx is in trouble. Or he's
Onyx didn't report to Kettle, who I have loyalty to because I made an unbreakable vow to. So if this person does not have a good intention to Kettle, I do not care what happens to this person.
Well, but maybe Gilda extorted him and stuff. Like,
maybe, but then she'll know that he's a double crosser and she'll kill him anyways. Like, she's either working with Onyx or she's not working with Onyx. That's the risk that we would be taking in this lie. But this is a lie that covers that we have potentially these metal monsters. And I think that's going to be a big deal. I think where these are going to be important to her. I think she's even going to cast spells to find them.
and what if she knows where Onyx is and she asks him where the canisters are and she doesn't have them?
Right, but also, where is Onyx? Does anyone even know? Like, or is he doing Veritas things in the secret headquarters underground? Because we know Veritas has been digging in the tunnels. We don't know. So I'm saying this is a lie. This is the lie I think is the best lie so far. So this is my lie, but if not, we could just tell her the truth and give her the canisters. But I'm worried about what we tell her. Like, that's going to matter. And I'd rather pin it on someone else. I know that's bad morally, but I'd rather pin it on the person that we think is double-crossing our ally in hopes that they're not a secret agent. But honestly, if you are doing shady things, you would think that the people around you are also doing shady things. So maybe it's good that they start fighting. I don't see a lose here other than if Onyx is an innocent person who's secretly trying to help Kettle but can't.
Gwyn, you're shouting. You're literally shouting in the street right now.
I just get carried away about this. I'm sorry.
Okay. Sure.
I think creating these canisters are old. The oldest person we know on this island is Gilda.
I guess technically Lester, but yeah.
I mean, old in the sense of like Gilda has been here.
Yeah, and I feel like that
longer
Gilda is
than
probably
Lester.
older than Lester. There is something like that feels almost elven about Gilda, whereas Lester is a human. So he
is Lester human?
reads as older. Yeah.
So if
Gosh, I don't understand how age works.
Canonically.
different for everybody. If we can create this and at least be like, we saw these taken away by some drow, can try to read Gilda and see if she knows. If she's not fazed by it, then she knows what happened.
Okay, my only thing is we've tried to read her before and she's pretty tough nut to crack.
Yeah, she's final boss energy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's the final boss of this whole campaign. Nobody will be more difficult than this level 6 boss.
She's level 6, but she controls.
The Elfrish name.
She just feels dangerous to lie to. So if we were gonna lie to her, I want her to
The one of us who's good at lying to actually do it. You're right. You do it.
Well, are we okay saying we saw Onyx? I'll do it casually. I mean, I'll lie well, but
I think in doing that, we also need to have sprinkle in that truth about and I'll start to say the stuff that I saw from the roof of these 3 positions were almost you said that they were made simultaneously. It wasn't a clear
Yeah,
or
it seemed
one.
like someone had deliberately positioned these things in a way to send a message. It was arranged like a V. You see the intention of okay, cool. Maybe it was a V to hide the fact that it was destroying Bam's tunnel. One of them was positioned in an actual place, while the other 2 were just in the street.
Yeah.
You're kind of picking up on, you're able to communicate those kind of things from your aerial perspective.
So I think if we explain that to them, then we can at least be listen, this could be Veritas, but Veritas hasn't done anything like this in the past. This grandiose, this obvious.
yeah, I'm thinking about just throwing it at we give a full report of the truth, and then at the very end we throw out some doubt on Onyx, just to see. Maybe then we'll even see what is her retaliation? How does she handle when there's doubt? I don't know. I just think it's a good thing.
Do you want to go to her right now, or, I mean...
I think we should wait till...
Well, as long as we tell someone about this, right? We have to go tell someone.
Yeah. I think once more curse breakers come in, they'll be able to cordon off the area, and we'll be able to be no civilians. We need to see Gilda.
Yeah, can I tell Oleander to go fly around and look for a curse breaker or something?
Yeah, I'll just kind of roll.
They're around for an hour, so...
Nice.
However, you advise that.
After Zeklin kind of goes away, the crowd kind of pulls in a little closer. That kind of intimidating factor now being gone. Still unsure what to make of this flying moth, but you do see, as the crowd is kind of continuing to gather, you see Blanche, the Aarakocra seagull wing of the sky, or wing of the air kind of flies kind of into the crowd, and is with the guards kind of oh, stay back, everyone, and trying to get a handle of the situation, but seems a little more frantic than Lance often does.
Nice. I kind of want to join her and be yes, everyone stay away from the tunnel. Do not come towards this tunnel entrance. I do want the crowd to know that information. Even if it's just 1 or 2 crowd people hear it, I need this to become common knowledge.
Nice. Yeah, you throw out this, okay, cool. You're with Blanche here, stay back from the tunnel. And Blanche kind of looks over at you oh, thanks, yes. We got it on. We got curse breakers on the scene, everyone. It's safe. Now?
Right now we don't know if it's safe in this area. We shouldn't say anything.
All right, guards, keep a perimeter. Keep a perimeter about 10 feet back, everyone. Okay, cool. And the guards kind of begin to disperse. Oh, okay, it's not as safe as we maybe thought, and begin to kind of separate out.
And then, honestly, I don't know what's going on. We just came across some monsters, finished them up.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. We thought this was a simple, investigation situation.
Look at the ground.
You're here. Woo, baby.
What is this?
Oh,
Right, point to the ground. The scorched.
It's not the most uncommon. Sometimes when sort of the sky protection system gets destabilized, the lightning strikes kind of have a mind of their own. With the system up in the sky on the fritz, I don't want to say this is going to happen more often, but I'd rather it didn't.
Wait, this came from the sky? I thought it came from the ground.
I suppose it is lightning striking the ground forms a circuit between the sky and the ground, but my understanding is that this, like, a lightning sort of struck here in some cases. Maybe there's a lightning rod to shape everything, maybe.
Like something that would collect lightning? Is that what a lightning rod is?
I suppose that the tech we got is kind of up in the sky, sort of dissipates it. Can use it to power some things sometimes, but more just disperses it safely.
Oh yeah, that was a thing that we had to go and check out, wasn't it? Okay.
If you're looking to check it out, I'm looking for people to help me. A little dangerous if you can't fly, but I'm trying to cobble it together best I can.
Yeah, we know that's one that we kind of talked about to Lance back at the keep.
I'm glad he was sending the message out.
Yeah, strongly considered. But we're very busy. Is there anything else you need from us before we were just passing through?
You guys have done so much already. I think me and the guards can kind of keep this cordoned off. I don't know.
And we weren't expecting compensation or anything.
Typically, Lance will handle the curse breaker. Sort of, he has the curse breaker.
Of course. No, of course.
In a more official way, that's just Matt blanking on a term. Funds. He has the curse breaker funds. I'm a little closer toward the guards and protection, that sort of thing. But
he's like the Gwyn of the.
I'll back you up. I'll back you up. Like, you got. Tell them Blanche okayed everything, and that should be good enough for him.
Of course. And the average reward for something like this would be about how much in gold?
Your standard curse breaker mission is about 100 gold, and then whatever like magic items
per
mission.
Yeah, it was very difficult though. It was a difficult fight. We almost lost a lot of blood.
You might be able to make a case. The Lance, he's.
But in your opinion, if you are vouching for us, you would know. Look around. I mean, the crowds were in danger, and we didn't lose a single person in the crowd. So what should I tell Lance?
That's something to be said for sure.
What's the value of a life?
Lance is by the books. If you're trying to sort of make a ploy, make a case. Gilda's usually a little more concerned about the well-being of population. Lance is sort of problem solved, check it off a list kind of guy.
Go to Gilda.
Okay, good to know. Thank you so much for your help. Is there anything else you need? We want to eat dinner. Lunch, right? It's actually like the middle of the day.
Yeah, it's probably like midday.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you've done. The city thanks you. We got this under control. We'll start handling some cleanup and see what we can do to compensate whoever's houses were affected and destroyed and that kind of thing. It seems like this strip of places took a number. Kind of points like this building kind of here that one end was more destroyed than others. The one that Bam was hiding in is like some storage, but also some like housing. Some of the houses seem to have been a little destroyed, but Blanche will insist she'll make sure that they have a place to stay and like repairs are started and that kind of thing.
Interesting.
Well, excellent. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, in that case, we will get out of your feathers. Let us know if you need anything else.
Of course. If you do find yourself with some time to help that, and Okachi, you've met. Kachi, you'd be well suited for the mission at hand. We could probably try to figure out what we can do for your friends. Any help is appreciated.
Of course. Yeah. We'll be talking soon about that. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. I figured as we walk, I was like, oh, well, we didn't actually have to do anything. Well, that was helpful. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna go report this later to Gilda to
Mm.
look even better. You know.
Should we go to
Like,
try to
later
find
as in-
Onyx now?
Well, what happens if we show up and then like everybody has knives and then they stab us and I die?
Well,
What? It could happen. And
Maybe.
I'm really tired. What if we rested for I don't know an hour?
well, I don't need to do anything now. I actually want to go home and rest.
Oh. Even though like resting doesn't do anything for you?
Yes.
Am I the least tired out of everyone right now? That's honestly a miracle.
No, you're the big heel helped me, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Do I really do
You
it?
get-
Yes.
I'm a
The-
turret who talks.
The Big Heel. The Big Heel. That was the name of actually one of our footmen one time.
Yeah, the
He
big
actually
heel with 6 hit
The
points.
big
Feels
heel.
like such a big swing for me.
He actually didn't even have a heel. He had a peg leg, but yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
Anyways, yeah, why don't we go rest? And we can show one of these to Lester and see if he remembers it.
That's really why I wanted to go home.
Why don't you
fair.
just say those things?
I thought it was implied.
I'm actually tired over here, and you're just over here being, you know...
I just look like this. I just look like this.
Tired?
Yeah.
Wait, wait, let me do it again. Say it again, say it again.
I just look like this.
Ill?
Hmm.
Give it to me again. I can do better, I can do better, I can do better.
I just look like this.
Left on a doorstep when you were only 2 months old? How am I doing?
Great. I actually achieved a feat today that I wanted to, an own personal bucket list item of mine. I maintained concentration after taking damage today for the first time.
Would you say that you righted a wrong in doing that?
I think I have been right. There's something that is wrong.
Something
A
wrong with your
personal wrong.
concentration.
24 sessions, and I finally maintained concentration on a spell.
As you discussed the previous battle, just give me a perception check as you walk through town, headed towards the House of Violets.
I really thought you were giving me the right and wrong, and I was like, no. But maybe.
But
No.
maybe. At a 15.
Oh, that's performance. Just like 16.
What did you get, Trigger?
Oh, I'm rolling for something? I apologize.
Oh, no, so sorry. It was just general perception checks as you're walking through town.
Oh, I bet it's gonna be like 500.
Okay, you-
24.
Oh,
There you go.
not bad. So you navigate through town. You notice that, like, the further away you get from, like, this scorched kind of area, the more normal town kind of becomes. As you guys are headed towards the House of Violets, towards the south, Trigger, as you guys kind of round this area, you see the characteristic gray kind of cloak that you've seen Bam Bugbear wear before. As he's kind of shredding in the central area of town, seemingly having survived, was not home. But you managed to confirm that.
I should tell him that he lost his house.
I feel like we should accost him. We should.
What am I? Something wrong with my house?
What? Oh, Bam, you were right next to me when I said that in my low voice?
I
Man,
thought
that was creepy.
I thought you had said that you were doing that. Bam is not approaching you, but you see him.
Well,
You're
I
able to
have
go.
now. I have.
No,
I
that
totally
was
have now.
mine.
Wow, you can really. You shred so quietly, Bam.
It's-
And also, you know what isn't quiet? when lightning strikes and your house is destroyed. Wouldn't that be the worst?
Can I tackle him into an alleyway?
Oh my
You
god, got
drag
you.
Bam
Yeah, didn't he like
Bugbear.
betray us? I don't remember how, but I think didn't he do something bad? to
No,
us?
so we like saw him when we fought Veritas. He was there, and I was like, "Hey, you need to not do this life of crime." And then he still has. So he just
Yeah.
doesn't have very good self-preservation. But maybe Veritas doesn't suck as much as we think it does.
Is Bam being
Kachi, you just
into an
tackled this
alleyway?
man.
Yes.
Bam gets tackled into an alleyway. What the? Hey.
Fuck it, I'm casting Charm Person on him.
What's up, Trigger?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
What is it? A wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this. Not wise. Now I gotta look up a stat block.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna do. Pam, watch this, and I'm gonna take his board and I'm gonna do an ollie.
It's so
Fucking sick.
I was gonna say, I was like, okay, I'll give him disadvantage on the save for that because he's distracted by trigger. The other roll was a natural 20, but wisdom saving throw is a 15.
Oh, that just saves.
Okay, you see that your magic glances off of him.
Are you about to
Silvery
cast
barbs. Oh, let's do it again.
Silvery barbs. Okay, I rolled a third dice for this. That is a natural 1. As this strong person goes off, Bam relaxes under the sway of Gwyn's magic, and that's where we'll leave it for tonight with Dice and Demigods, with Shattered Ships. Old habits.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.